You guys have to get engaged in what the real war is. 10,000 rounds of ammunition and cabana shirts. Yeah. Yeah. If you really want to boog. If you really want to boog. If you really want to boog.
Welcome, everyone, to the Cinder Show. I'm aiming for 15 minutes of the best fake radio you could possibly listen to. Why do all fake lemon beverages taste like urinal cakes? How do I know what urinal cakes taste like? Well, it's called deduction. Sherlock Holmes, look it up. I'm not into it. I'm just not into this. I'm immediately starting to regret it. I'm standing right now because sitting makes me bored, and also that chair creaks. Let's go to the top stories. Right, Victor? Victor's my guy in the booth. We're doing top stories, right? Okay. I got to establish a rapport. That's 9/10 of the show is a rapport with a fake booth guy. BMW heated seats are now a microtransaction. So you have to pay, and I don't know if this is America or Europe. Victor didn't get me the transcript in time. This is a microtransaction. We're all aware of them. Anyone who's been playing video games in the last 10 years, 15 years, maybe even 20 at this point, I have no idea. You know about the microtransaction, but I would posit that this is the beginning of the WEF's, World Economic Forum's, you will own nothing thing. Everything is turned into a microtransaction. Everything. Everything in your life is going to be like a monthly fee. Anything that you need, like your refrigerator, monthly fee. You're going to pay to run your microwave monthly, and it's not going to be an energy bill. It's going to be the microwave specifically. There's going to be this universal basic income thing. It's going to be a credit system probably. Who knows? I'm getting into speculation here, but the point is BMW is a servant of the WEF. That's what's happening. This is a preview of what everything is going to be like. Everything. Do you own the brake fluid that you buy for your vehicle? I mean, is that like you will own nothing? We have to take that to the logical conclusion, right? They did say nothing. You're going to have to pay for breathing? I guess you don't have to own air. I don't know. I mean, we're going to find out. I say I don't know, but that's just a defeatist, nervous tick. It's like, but better. This is not a top story. This is an observation I had with a buddy of mine, Blake, on the phone today, where he bought a part for a car because he's a car guy. He does car stuff. He's a fixer-upper guy. What do they call them? Grease monkeys? I should probably, he's black, so grease man, grease Afro-American. But he's fixing cars, right? And so he orders a part, and he gets this tiny box that's totally not the part. And his working theory is like it's some dum-dum in the warehouse who doesn't know anything about cars, just kind of eyeballing it. They're not using a scanner. They look at the numbers like, okay, those are numbers. They go to the shelf. Okay, these are numbers. I'll send this. So the problem then becomes he gets this part and it's a bad part, doesn't match, doesn't work, can't use it. He has to send it back, wait on the return refund, and then he has to reorder the new part. And that's just how they do it now. And the question is, like, who are these dum-dums in the warehouse doing the parts thing? It's just this general degradation of customer service because there's not a lot of people available. The employment thing, the workers shortage is a real thing. And what I want to know is, where are all these people? What are they doing? It's not like unemployment here in the United States. Unemployment only lasts, 30 weeks. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a limited time. Same thing with like the stimmies. We only had like 2 or 3. Where are all these people? What are they doing? My working theory is they're all dead from the pook, and we're not hearing about it. It's like 8 million dead people. We're just not hearing about it. They just disappeared. I've heard some people say that it's the rapture. The rapture happened overnight, and nobody knew about it. We're completely, and we're all left behind. Like, good luck, everyone. I don't know where these people are. Where are these people? We need to send out the dogs to find these derelict workers. I'm going to change this to time. It's on beats per minute right now. I'm using a music program. 6 minutes in. Nice. So there's a tweet by Darren Beattie about Ray Epps. And those of you who know about the Jan 6 stuff, the the super violent armed insurrection. Hundreds upon hundreds of people died at the hands of stormtroopers, and that's a scientific fact. It's undeniable. It's indeniable. Ray Epps was the guy. He's the we need to go into the Capitol. Darren Beattie put a tweet up recently where it's more footage of Darren Beattie out there doing a line. So immediately some flags are thrown up for me. Number one, he's got a line, right? After Trump speaks, we're going to the Capitol. That's where the real problems lie. And he's got this line that he keeps moving around and saying to people, and I get it, okay? You're trying to stir him up. But, and here's where it gets interesting for me. I like to travel. I haven't done much traveling lately for obvious reasons, but I used to travel alone a lot. And I'd go to different parts of the country, I'd go to other countries, and I would just kind of move around, not like a spy, but when you're traveling alone, you don't want to draw attention to yourself for whatever reason. If it's an event, maybe if you get to the event, you want to make a scene, and people who know me in real life know I love to make a scene. But outside of that, you want to keep it cool. You got to be careful. So this dude appears to be loud and alone. I mean, I should say he appears to be alone, and he's very loud. So here's this guy who's very comfortable being loud, moving through a crowd of strangers, telling them what we're going to do. And so when I travel alone, and maybe I'm going to an event where like our guys are, people I know that I have something in common with, I will go and like find my people there, meet some new friends, whatever. But you got to find a gang. Like if it's a social thing, if it's a people-centered thing, you got to find a gang, find some people you can sort of like, hey, I'm here alone. I came from wherever, traveled all the way for this thing. And usually you're going to find some people you can hang out with. That's never gone wrong for me. But this guy, again, it perplexes me that you would draw that much attention to yourself in a politically heated environment. Apparently okay with it. He seems to be like he's feeling good. And there's something about that doesn't ring authentic to me if he's actually alone. Like I've never seen that much confidence in somebody that didn't have backup somewhere. And I'm using that backup term generally, but he's clearly okay being there alone. I don't know. That freaks me out. There's something there. I mean, obviously this idea that he was a Fed has been circulated since like January 5th when he first got called a Fed by everyone, and I think Baked Alaska was there. Anyway, it's so obvious to me at this point, especially after that Darren Beattie tweet, which is in the show notes, that this is a federal operation. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure this show out. I've got a 15-minute window because I have not, what's the term? I don't know what the term is. Victor, do you know what the term is? Verified the YouTube channel because they're asking me for my phone number. So I'll just get a burner eventually and use that. And Susan Wajikati will never know the difference unless she listens to this, which she might. Oh, also, by the way, this Elon Musk's dad thing, having a baby with his stepdaughter, has got some pretty serious, what's his name? Woody Allen vibes. And it's not so much that, okay, obviously the pseudo incest thing is pretty gross. But I don't understand. Apparently the Elon Musk dad raised the girl since she was 4. And Woody Allen and Soon Yi, like adopted daughter of Mia Farrow, I believe, like you raised her. So I don't, to be around that someone for that long, and then I don't understand the transition point. Where does it transition from you are my daughter, even if it's a stepdaughter, like you functionally spend enough time around them that they are your kid, and at some point in their life, that transition to like, now I view you as a viable mate. Anyway, that's the show for today, I think, and I hope you listen again. I'm going to figure this out. It's going to be great. Check me out on Iron Age Archive. There's a YouTube channel. There's ironagearchive.com. And I'm on Twitter at Cinder Mountain. Pretty simple. I had an old account once, but that was a long time ago. Don't look for that account. I don't think it exists. I hope it doesn't. I think I deleted it. Anyway. We all knew that Elon Musk was never going to buy Twitter. It's never going to happen. And if it does, we're living in a parallel universe. Thanks for listening. Here's a word from our sponsor.
Hi, I'm Brian Polanski, and today we're going to talk about sports ball. We have an exciting lineup for you folks, but first we want to let you know that this program was brought to you by beer, furniture company, automotive vehicles, pharmaceutical drugs, and high fructose corn syrup beverages. Well, folks, tonight we're going to talk about the Indiana herd animals versus the Washington State Native American disparaging name. Listen, when these guys get out there on that patch of grass with the numbers on it, kick that ball to the other team catches it, runs it all the way down to the other side, and then they kick the ball to the other team and they do it all over again. And I mean, it's like really exciting when they get those plastic helmets crashing up against each other, boom, boom, and they gotta get to the other side of the grass without getting knocked over and landed on. I mean, that's sports, baby. And you know what else is really exciting? I like to sit around for a few hours and just watch other teams come up with millions of dollars to buy one player and have them leave the team they're currently playing for to play for their team. I mean, that's really exciting. Sports ball, baby, and we're talking about it. Hey folks, we're going to get back into sports, but first we want to talk about another sponsor of ours, and that's your local grocery store chain, where this week they're giving out deals for rainbow trout for just $5.99 a pound. And if you find yourself thirsty, they're also giving out a 12-pack of high fructose corn syrup carbonated beverage for only $12.99 a pack. Now that's a good deal. Now let's get back into some sports.